Welcome to the Penny Bloom Podcast. Ain't another place that has got more bombast. Romp past your mom, dads, listening to Tomcats, talking everything that make you sad. We don't want that. We're here to make you smile. Put your mind at ease. Peace, love, and bloom, and always praise Keanu Reeves. This what we about. This some weeding now. We'll talk until we can't no more, and then we peacing out. Alright, let's go. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in to the Penny Bloom Podcast. It is the 123rd episode, I believe, of the Penny Bloom Podcast. It's pretty awesome. This is the Bad Batch Bitches. Emphasis on the bitches, less emphasis on the Bad Batch this week, as the episode wasn't incredibly one capable of talking about. It was good, but you know, it is what it is. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Just another classic Friday morning cartoon for me. Actually, not Friday morning, more like Monday evening. Actually, I got around to watching it finally.
You saw that nobody made any effort to say anything about it in the group chat. And we were like, I'll take a few days off here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was my niece's birthday weekend, so I was kind of preoccupied with that. So that's why I didn't watch it like right on Friday, and then it just kind of carried over. But I don't know. I still enjoyed it. You know, it wasn't bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad for any means.
One, like I said, doesn't warrant a ton of talking. Mm-hmm. It happened. We'll talk about what we can, and we'll do the more fun thing we have on the docket, which I'll explain after all the introduction. Hello, Miles. How you doing? Miles, my fucking Buttress, everybody. Clap.
Yeah, thank you very much for that introduction.
Go ahead.
I enjoyed it. Definitely remembered Friday. Normally I watch this Friday during my lunches. I remembered Friday after my lunch. I was like, oh fuck, that's right. An episode of Bad Batch came out today, didn't it? And I was like, damn, no one said anything at all. Like, just no one has said anything yet about it. And I was like, okay, I'll probably watch it later tonight. Completely forgot about it. Remembered it, like, I want to say sometime Sunday during the day. And I was like, fuck, that's right. Bad Batch came out and I still have not watched it yet. Guess now is as good a time as any. So I just pulled it up and watched it. It was, it was a good episode, just not,
We had quite the theories about it.
Yeah.
We thought, infested. Obviously, this means the clones are going to be like this descent amongst their order is it's gonna expand. It's gonna be an infestation of rogue clones. No,
could not have been more wrong. Yeah,
just a lot of bugs. And you know what? We probably should have expected that.
It is a kid's show.
They've done that a whole lot. No, but here's the thing, is that and I'm cool with episodes like this, because, when I think back on Rebels, fucking phenomenal all the way through. You definitely had one-offs. Like, you had the Melu Run episode, where Zeb and Ezra just are sent off to get fucking fruit, not supposed to be found, and then they end up stealing in a TIE fighter. Like, that's just good Star Wars TV. Like, you gotta take what you can get. This shit's fun as hell. I mean, I'm all here for it. However, I would like, we do got 4 episodes left. I would like progression of plot. That would be dope. For example, I haven't introduced Kyler Barnett. How you doing, buddy?
Fuck him.
We got claps and we gotta fuck him. That sounds about right. I wasn't gonna say anything. You could have kept rolling. They know I'm here.
No,
I'll make my presence known.
I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here.
They will all feel me in the draft. That's all I have to say.
Okay, I'll explain the draft. I'll explain the draft first here. So,
was that spoiler? Was that spoiler?
No, fuck it. we're gonna do a draft, another Star Wars draft. We did one a couple weeks back on episode like 110 or something like that, and we drafted Star Wars properties, movies, shows, books, video games, theme parks, the like. But this week we're gonna be drafting characters, not just any characters, Force sensitive characters. Any kind that engage in the Force in any way. It doesn't have to be Jedi or Sith. We're talking, father, daughter, son, the Night Sisters, Mother Talzin. Like, the way that these sorts of beings engage with the Force isn't necessarily the traditional Jedi Sith, but they're on the table here. And I look forward to that immensely. We're thinking we're going to draft Kyler, I know we agreed to 5 earlier, but we all kind of discussed, and we think 7 might be the move.
Game time decision. 7. Make it more fun.
You're muted.
This will be a stretch for me, probably, but I'll pull it out.
You'll be surprised on how fast you can name
20.
Yeah,
that would be how many we were drafting if we got 5 each. 24 sensitives. We're thinking 28, not much more. You might have to dig a little deeper into the bag, which is going to be a little more fun, It'll make the teams a little bit more individualized, which I look forward to.
Okay, I got a pretty long list. I was watching some of my friends playing baseball tonight, and I forgot that I hadn't seen the Bad Batch yet, so I watched it like 45 minutes ago. So there we go. And then
Fresh.
So yeah. Before that, I also had a notes going of just characters that were intriguing in my head. So I think we'll be fine.
Fuck yeah. We got this shit. We got this shit, baby. It'll be fine. But first, let's talk the Bad Batch a little bit. Like we said, fun episode. It is what it is. However, I got questions about, how we're gonna move along. For example, I mean, I get that like it's a kids show. They're gonna do we're gonna do a bunch of one-off storylines, but why have we like not even gotten mention of some sort of plan to get Crosshair back? Like they haven't considered it at all.
Yeah,
and that seems incredibly out of character. I'm
Also,
okay with it to an extent, just because, but like, there's no way they wouldn't be considering kidnapping this man and getting that shit back.
Yeah, and in the same vein, it just feels like the episode. It just felt like it's at a weird spot, like right after an arc where we see Crosshair coming after them, and right before an episode titled War Mantle. Feels like this episode could have been literally anywhere else in the season and would have been fine.
Absolutely.
Towards the end of the season, 3 episodes left. Seems like you'd want to start picking up the pace a little bit.
One would think. One would
think.
One would. I mean, I like the idea that they've still got some sort of heart for Sid to stick around and help her out like that. Like, even though the debt is paid, they're kind of free to go at this point.
The thing about this whole Crosshair situation to me that's so weird is like, the Bad Batch just don't seem like the kind of people that have shown us they're not the kind of like the kind of group that takes things personal. Like, they're pretty quick to forgive or like try to like give a second chance. Like that's their kind of MO. So it's so weird that one of their own, they haven't even like shown much concern. And like you said, no mention of him even. It's just,
and like, they've kind of, I'm hoping they're kind of trying to write it off as generally none of them are good at talking about their feelings, so why would they? Like, they've made that clear that Hunter doesn't want to talk about Crosshair, but here's the thing. It's been 13 fucking episodes since you've been with Crosshair.
Maybe it's just the fact that it's so obvious. Like, obviously, they would love Crosshair to be back without his inhibitor chip. It's just obvious.
That's not. That doesn't make it like you shouldn't do it. Like, that doesn't mean you shouldn't. That just makes it out of character. Like, to me, like that's just what I'm trying to get at.
In my opinion,
they just aren't the kind of people. Like, they have shown us they don't like take things personally. Really, like they're pretty.
If Crosshair gets rescued, I think it's going to be a more spur of the moment decision rather than a planned, like, hey, we're getting our boy back. It's going to be like, oh, he's here. Oh, we can get him actually right now. Let's do that, you know?
Yeah, but you got to get the inhibitor chip out of him.
For that, though. Like, if they wanted to do that, they would have already thought to do that. They've been on a planet alone with Crosshair multiple times now. And obviously, I guess they haven't exactly had the upper hand. But there's not a situation in which they could, but that's never stopped them before. You know, like that's their MO, is that they do shit because they have to do shit. Like that's their thing.
I also, at the same time, this show is multi-seasonal, and like Crosshair could be the big enemy guy for like 2 seasons, you know, like
absolutely, yeah.
And it could just be like we're so early in that development, like we're actually early. We think we're very late in the development, but like maybe we're very early.
Also, maybe they're not planning on. They like have no plans on ever like actually going out to try and save him, because maybe the first time that he decided, all right, fuck you guys, I'm going to kill every single one of you, they decided, maybe we shouldn't, you know, risk what we have to try and go save Crosshair. If the opportunity arises, we'll take it, but we're not going to outwardly go try and save someone who has made it clear that if he gets the chance, he will execute every single one of us on the spot.
Yeah, and see, like, have that conversation on screen.
I think I just cracked it.
Crack it for me, Joe. Control me, Daddy.
I think the promise between Hunter and Omega of you will never go back to Camino is literally like their way of saying we're getting Crosshair back, but it's going to be on Camino. It's going to be somewhere we're not going to want to go, but it's going to be somewhere where we can trap him in a room, get a chip out of his head, and bounce. You know, blend in. If they, well, I mean, they don't really blend in because they are the Bad Batch.
None of them are blending in on Camino.
But maybe they steal some armor.
Go back. I'm with that
regular
too,
trooper
bro.
armor.
Like, it would make sense for us to go back to Camino for such an event, just to bring the series or the season really full circle from where it started to where it ends and stuff. Like, that'd be really dope. And I think we can probably anticipate at least another few trips to Camino, not for the Bad Batch, but, you know, on camera. Like, we haven't seen him in a few episodes, but War Mantle is next week. That seems pretty heavy-handed.
Hey,
about
it could. We gotta think about this. Infested was just a bunch of bugs. Think about the kid answer to this. When you're a kid and you hear War Mantle, I don't know. This one's pretty cut and dry, man.
If you're about to tell me about
this one's pretty cut and dry.
Fighting,
I don't know.
like fireplace mantle or something, and like try to explain it in some vein like that, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to be devil's advocate, but it's not even working. Like I'm.
This has got to be intense. It's plain and simple, cut and dry. There can't be another filler in this point in the season.
Dude, this is the
we said this about WandaVision, though.
Wait, is this?
No, it's not. This is 14. There's 15 and 16 still.
So this is the third.
This is the penultimate to the penultimate.
The penultimate.
Yeah, the penultimate.
A turkey key.
A turkey key. But cue the noise. I do want to talk about a couple new characters we got, or at least a new character, Roland Durand. I fucks with Roland. I'm not gonna lie. I appreciate that he's just a dude who will do anything for his fucking pet. That's kind of cool, and you know, he's pretty sexy for an alien.
Dude, I think the one like the cut off horn look is tough. I think that's
it's tough. We're leaning deeper and deeper into this, obviously, so it seems relatively clear now the Bad Batch will not be falling in with the rebellion in any way, but we're going to get the underworld look. We've officially gotten the Pikes. We're meeting crime lords.
Sid
was the opening the door. Like, the Pikes are a big fucking deal. I think we're heading towards a place where, like, Maul popping up at some point won't be too out of the cards. Not this season, but eventually. I think
You know what's
2020,
crazy?
That's where the Bad Batch is headed. You know?
You know what's super crazy? I just finished watching stuff with the Pikes involved in Clone Wars.
Where you at?
Beginning of season 5.
Got you.
So if we're getting the Pikes involved, or we're potentially getting the underworld, like we're gonna go delve more into the underworld, potentially getting Maul. We already know we're getting, can't remember her character's name, but Emilia Clarke back, I think, at some point. Kira, what are the chances we get Bad Batch live action?
I mean, it's.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm bringing it up. I think it's borderline 0.
Borderline
but man,
0
if that wouldn't be
sure,
crazy.
But goddamn, like I wouldn't put it past them at this point. It seems like their goal on the whole is to get their animated characters to the live action screen eventually. Like,
can you think about how crazy that would have been to hear when like Clone Wars came out?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess a lot of those characters are already in it, but I mean, you know, the ones that obviously like a Hondo Onaka or something like that type shit.
Cad Bane.
When do you think this storyline will end in like the Star Wars timeline?
Like the Bad Batch?
Yeah, like the show. Like, will it end?
There's
Will it
no
end?
really way to tell.
If you just like think about Clone Wars, think about how long that show lasted for. You know it.
I'm guessing that it would cut off before the technical start time of Rebels, by a few years at least. Potentially even by the start time of like a Kenobi or something like that, because that's like 10 years after the fall. Andor and Kenobi are coming up. It would make sense for them to fill this gap between the Bad Batch and Rebels. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. Do you think this will flow into Rebels? Like by the time like we get to like the final seasons of this?
I doubt it.
Yeah,
like that's how they
maybe,
link it up.
It just doesn't seem like there's like Rebels doesn't like there's no easy way to set up Rebels with
Rebels
stuff
is
from
like
here.
15 years from now.
That too.
Like it's like it's a while. It's a long running show. 13 or 14.
Yeah, no, it 100% is because Kanan's, you know, like a grown
ass
Kanan's
man.
grown.
He was a
and
child here.
Yeah. Also, Hera has gone from child to MILF, so we got some time.
Okay.
Okay. But
don't deny it. I haven't seen it. I should check that out first.
I got this one last thought. My favorite moment of the episode when the Pike was like, "Until you guys get the job done, the girl stays." And all of them were like on site, bro.
You know what it reminded me of? Fast Five from Fast and Furious. He's like, "This is Brazil," and everybody pulls out their guns on Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Dude, hard. That's what it reminded me of.
But I loved it. You know, they were all like, "Okay, fine. You want to talk that shit? Get ready to get shot, bitch."
Yeah.
I actually audibly said on site, like whenever I watched it, like I said on site, like I literally like got up and like kind of got hyped at like, cause it was hype.
It was great.
Like it was like
clockwork.
Like even he knew it was a short one too. He knew he had to make it in. You know, insane. Maybe honestly, if I'm first pick, I'm picking Miles' dad as the top Force user of the galaxy.
He knows all. He can sense when we're getting towards the end, and that he has to make his appearance.
He must indeed. Any last thoughts here on this episode of Bad Batch before we hop into our next Star Wars?
Okay, I had one thing. Why the fuck does Wrecker always get volunteered for the fucking heights at? Like the shit that puts him like suspended in midair.
He's muscle guy. Gotta
because
lift crates,
anytime you're in the air, it's because you're having to lift something. It's that scenario always exists where you have to carry something heavy, you know, like over, you know, a great height. And what are you gonna do? Have fucking like Echo or Tech drop down in there and try and lift some of these things up?
Look, man, if Sid can do it,
if
Sid can do it, I guess Sid didn't really do it. She was just kind of hanging out, supervising.
I got some more gripes a little bit. The show is called The Bad Batch. And yeah, they've all been in most of the episodes. But boy, oh boy, are Echo and Tech pretty background characters.
Fucking useless.
Like, they are never in the story. Like, they are very, very...
I mean, Tech at least has that like one moment in episode where he's like, where he does something
mistreated.
Echo, the most important thing Echo has done this entire season was whenever he led the droids.
True.
Think about the episode where Echo had the best joke of the episode, where he was like, "Is there an Echo in here?" And he like pops up.
Yeah.
Think about how far we are from that. Like, dude, what has happened? He is. Colton, dude, he's getting disrespected.
Well, because he's.
Here's my thing: is that like Echo. Tick.
Okay, I guess the other thing I'll say is
Rika. Hunter. I love it. Here's my thing. No matter any of my gripes, I still enjoy it week to week. And how can you not love the development of the relationships between Hunter and Omega and Wrecker and Omega? They haven't made an effort to really evolve any other relationship in the show besides those two. But I love those, you know what I'm saying? So at least they're doing some shit right. Like,
I mean, to their benefit, Echo is a reg, and some of the regs didn't have a ton of relationships outside of like the main ones, and then Tech is a massive fucking nerd. And, there obviously is not highly emotionally developed since he, like, as in the flying scenes, they are just like, he's like, ooh, based on this trajectory, I'm gonna,
yeah,
he's not doing anything based on feeling.
True. Yeah, you're right. So the emotional development of stories involving Tech is going to be minute. And here's the thing too, is that, like Joe said, it is a multi-season show. So, we could be in store for some more Tech and Echo developments in later seasons, just because, like, it is difficult to flesh out a ton of storylines all at the same time. And, when you are planning for multiple seasons, maybe it is easy to just be like, here's all the big spectacle shit we want to do, like, we want to have a baby Rancor, and we want to, like shit like that, like all the fun stuff they do, and they're like,
we want to have a cave full of insects.
Storylines specifically, and then we can save these ones for later. And maybe I'm giving them too much credit. I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with all that. Another thing that I did want to bring up, the fact that that the Pikes, like whenever they first go in and they're like, "Where's our spice?" And all of
spice.
Yeah, well, I can't remember the dude's name, the horn guy. Roland. He is just immediately like he's like, I don't have it. Then like his fucking lackeys like pull their guns on them. They fucking ruin everyone in there without a thought. Like, what are they that they're just like fucking?
Their morals are set, man. Their morals are set.
Not even. No, I mean just like the fact
it's their code, or I don't know.
No, but I mean like 3 of them took out everyone in that building, while there were 3 people standing there with guns pointed at them, and they're like,
they kept saying,
gun. You don't want to make this choice.
Yeah, like you don't know who you're messing with, like.
And that's what I mean. Like what? Like I want to see.
What are their abilities? Are they force sensitive or like?
First pick of the draft. I'm drafting the entire Pike family.
The entire species. I think they're just supposed to be those, like the people, they're mob, just the quote unquote mob boss you meet in real life, who like no matter what, you absolutely could not fuck with them, because if you did, you would die. That's a guarantee. Like I just gotta think that.
normally it's like the opposite scenario in that situation where it's, the mob boss is sitting there and he's the one, he's sitting there with his lackeys behind him and he's like, you don't know who you're messing with. And then his lackeys beat the shit out of the asshole standing in front of him. Not the three assholes standing in front of him they straight went John Wick mode and took out everyone in that goddamn organization.
It's true. I mean, yeah, the Pikes are nasty, dude. And that's the thing, is that we got to be getting more stories with this underworld because there's too many cool crime syndicates. I got to know what's going on with all of them. Like, they're dope as fuck.
And it's also, I feel like it's a great avenue for storytelling that at no point will ever be you don't need to depend on Jedis or Sith or the Force or anything like that. You just get to show us, here's what Solo could have been if it didn't come out at the worst possible time for a Star Wars, like the worst possible time ever that any Star Wars movie has come out at.
Is that in this like modern War of the Bounty Hunters like storyline going on? It's like the reemergence of the Crimson Dawn, the crime syndicate, Kira, Maul, Dryden Voss. We're all fucking with. Like it's the resurrection of them. Like there's no reason we can't watch the fall of them in this series. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that could be super cool. And I think hopefully we're headed in that direction. It seems like we are. We've done a whole lot more underworld shit than we have rebellion shit.
True.
And we can see how the underworld intersects with the rebellion or with the empire, the way we saw them deal weapons to Gobi Glee for rebellion against the empire. Like, there's no reason that these things can't intersect, and I think that's just got to be the route we're headed.
I'm down with whatever Dave Filoni's throwing my way, man. I trust that guy with my life.
I'm going to go check who wrote this specific episode. Written by
Dave Filoni.
Amanda Rose Munoz. She also wrote, let's see, she wrote 2 episodes. She also wrote Decommissioned, so the one with Trace and Rafa earlier this season.
So that's why this episode was so terrible.
Sexism. Misogyny.
Yeah.
A white man? No!
What were the what was that species called? The spice guys?
The Pike family.
Pikes.
Pyke.
I don't know if that's what their species is called, but they're the Pike family.
Oh, that's true. Yes. I just want to know, like, what their powers are, if they have any.
As I said while you were gone, I think every single one of them is just John Wick.
They're just badasses.
Yeah.
Like, one of them's John Wick, one of them's Jason Bourne. Like, any of those guys.
That's just their entire species is.
Yeah,
their entire species is like anytime they talk about them, they don't say the Pikes. They just go, "You fucked with Baba Yaga."
Baba Yaga.
Wow.
Baba Yaga, sleepy.
Yeah, there's no like.
I'm back.
Yeah,
that's my John Wick impression.
Thinking of Baba Yaga, I told my parents that whenever I eventually have kids, I fully intend on having my children call my dad Baba Yaga, because it's like close enough to something that sounds like something that you would call like a grandpa, but it also just means boogeyman. And I just won't tell them that until they're old enough to understand that I'm having them call their grandfather boogeyman.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. You guys watch John Wick? That's
excellent.
Hits.
Yeah.
I love that movie, and I mean, I love Keanu Reeves, so that would be obvious. But any other last thoughts on this 13th episode of Bad Batch Infested? Joe, anything?
Hmm.
I'll take that as a no.
Dude, we were rocking a 2-man pod for a second there. Jeez, I am sorry.
Oh no, it's all good.
Unforgivable.
We were bouncing back and
forth.
No,
and we just sat there.
Nobody even noticed.
Yeah, no, we sat there the entire time in dead silence.
We didn't even mention that like you were up doing a phone call and Joseph left to go unlock his door. It was just me and Miles were locked in a zone for a second.
The zone was complete silence. Not a word was said.
I felt a little bit of a spark. I don't know. Let's do the Star Wars draft.
Colton, it was mutual. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk these Force wielders.
Control me, Daddy.
So we're doing our second Star Wars draft. I explained earlier, Force wielders, Jedi, Sith, anything in between. This is not restricted to canon. I'm talking video game characters, Legends characters, book characters, all this shit. Video game, I don't give a fuck.
So
pick whoever you want.
Real quick, just because of the fact that in looking some stuff up about this, I had an excellent thought. For obviously, like it branches out into video games and Legends and all that stuff. If you pick Luke.
One Luke Skywalker. Luke is Luke.
So you either have to pick, like Disney, like canon Luke, or
pick Luke Skywalker. You get all of Luke Skywalker.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if it was like you're picking like canon Luke or if you're picking Legends Luke.
No,
because they're two very different.
It's all Luke Skywalker.
All Luke Skywalker. All right.
The approach we're taking. It's and also another little kink in this is that
kinky.
If you take Anakin Skywalker, the rest of us cannot take Darth Vader. If you take Darth Vader, the rest of us cannot take Anakin Skywalker. Same thing goes for Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, because there's four of us. If it happens that one of us has Anakin, one of us has Vader, one of us has Kylo, one of us has Ben, that seems like it was a waste of a few picks, in my opinion. But nevertheless,
and is it just too OP to give that pick or give Anakin and Darth Vader as one pick? Like that's just too OP.
Yeah, that's too much.
Like that's just too much.
You gotta take one or the other.
That's crazy.
Imagine the the timeline where we did do this, as you can pick both. You can anyone can pick any version, and someone walked out of this with Anakin and Darth Vader as two of their picks.
You just started an episode of Community.
Oh, I know. That's why I said it.
But
this is the darkest timeline. That was the brightest
timeline. This is the darkest timeline. I'm sure to lose an arm, but nevertheless, seven picks for each of us. We will do a snake draft, and at this time, we will play rock paper scissors, as is tradition.
Yes.
To figure out the order.
Wait. How?
Yeah, that's right. You lose to anybody, you're out.
Honestly, you either want, I feel like you kind of either want to win or you want to lose immediately.
So, first person to lose, fourth pick.
Not great, but not the worst.
Second person to lose, third pick. Third person to lose, second pick. And the winner of it all is the first pick.
And then if two people lose
at the same time,
then they play. Yeah.
So,
all right. So it's on shoot. It is on shoot.
I'm not gonna record the. Should I record the rock paper scissors?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Everyone suffer through us playing rock paper scissors. Okay, and this will be rock paper scissors shoot, and it's on shoot that we reveal what we have.
All right, so on scissors. Gotcha.
Rock paper scissors shoot. All right, Joe, your pick number 4. Me, Miles, and Kyler all pick scissors and Joe pick paper. So he'll be pick number 4.
Get fucked, Joe.
Remember, I was pick number 3 last time, and we all agreed that I did the best.
Before we move on with these picks, Twitter did not. Team
Twitter.
1 won. Colton won with 40% of the votes of 133 votes.
Seems
so
sussy to
get
me.
fucked on.
Everyone knows mine was gas.
Colton,
was gas.
how many burners did you have, huh?
100.
7 or 8 at least.
That's a huge swing.
100 of the 130 votes were actually Colton's burners.
I voted with my account and one other, so it wouldn't have made that much of a difference. But at one point, it did.
Do a recount. The election was swayed.
This is the largest election fraud in the history of anything.
Yeah.
This is bigger than
more real than any
This-
other ones
yeah,
to have been rumored.
This is the biggest theft of an election I have ever seen, Colton.
But let's do another round of rock, paper, scissors. It is now me, Miles, and Tyler competing for pick 3 in the draft. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
Tyler, you got pick 3.
That's kind
All right,
Welcome
Miles,
to the
me and
bottom,
you.
bud.
Whoever wins gets the first pick. Ready?
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right.
I'm really glad
Rock.
that we both went scissors, paper, rock.
Yeah, it's pretty impeccable that me and Miles have gone with the exact same thing every single time so far. I promise we're not communicating. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
They're communicating.
All right, I am pick number 1.
I threw
Miles
so that
is
way
pick
Colton could get the
number
first pick.
2. Yeah,
He-
this is kind of rough. 'cause
he
now
slid
I
me
get pick number
$5
1
under the
and pick
table.
Number 8. So that is
Yeah.
fun. So that is how this works. It'll be me, Miles, Kyler, Joseph, Kyler, Miles, Colton, and so on, so forth. So I'm going to kick it off with pick number 1. And I feel like there is one option here. It's Luke Skywalker.
See you later, Luke.
Luke Skywalker is mine. He is my god. And he is our god as the original protagonist of Star Wars. And
It's so obvious.
it's so obvious.
Well, the pick itself, but if anyone was to, like, with any of, like, Joseph or Miles, there's a degree of uncertainty where I'd be like, I don't know. Joseph
There's a
loves to
degree
look-
of
I'm
You got
picking
the-
Vader
Joseph-
first.
I was gonna say Joseph is definitely going Sith, and Miles, I'm not sure. It's a toss-up. But Colton,
There's a degree
as
of
much as you
uncertainty.
love Return of the Jedi, it's
There
so
is not
you're
a shed of
No.
uncertainty with me.
Kyler, we talked about this one a little bit before you got in, and I fully admitted, in my mind, I was, Vader's the obvious number 1 pick, and then number 2 is a toss-up. I just completely forgot about Luke as a character.
And I was
Forgot
talking
about
all this
literally
shit about
the-
how one was Luke,
Yeah.
and it has to be Luke. That's the character.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
on
God.
second thought, I was
He's
like,
the definition of good. He's the hero. Like that's the man. So I'm gonna take Luke Skywalker with my first overall pick in our little Star Wars Force Wielder
See,
draft here. Let me
And
take
now this is where the second pick, I have no idea what's coming. I feel like I know who it will be. It's a matter of which.
it's what version.
Which
Luke-
guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Miles,
no.
will you be taking
Vader.
Vader?
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, no, like, listen, I love
Duh.
Luke. Or, no, I love Anakin. And if I could get both of them in one pick, obvious choice. But Vader is just, he is the Sith.
He's
Like,
Star Wars.
He is,
Like
whenever you
it
think of
is
Sith
every
and
bit as
Star
much
Wars,
Luke's as it is Vader's.
Yeah.
Like,
whenever
just-
you think of Star Wars, you think of Luke as Jedi and Vader as Sith. And
What's-
then, obviously Palpatine, but fuck Palpatine.
The craziest part about Vader is that he arguably has one of the most complete arcs, or one of the most, like, just seamless arcs in
Yeah.
Star Wars. That redemption arc for Vader is just. Are you disagreeing?
it's the best.
Oh, okay.
No,
You're
it's the
giving me
best.
a
I'm
look
looking-
like.
I'm eyeing Joe up there.
I am
I'm
too.
sorry. Joe
Joe's-
is excited.
I'm thinking
I
about
just
late
think-
game.
I just think that, like, just that
Like,
redemption arc and just everything that happens prior, and then to arrive at that, it's just the perfect, like, when you think about what you learned in school, where they talk about, you've got your rising action, and then you've got your conflict, and, all that bullshit. It literally is, like, seamless. Like, you could
Yeah.
study this shit. The arc, to me, it's, what makes that pick so great is just that redemption at the end of it. Is like, you get this Sith Lord, but at the end, he's still, like, there's that.
Yeah.
That's
Doesn't
what,
get that part.
but, I mean,
No, I get.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm with you. I was just playing with him. He
So
doesn't get the Anakin part of this. He just gets the Vader part.
So
of it, you
two
know?
things I wanted to add in. One, completely forgot what the first thing that I wanted to add in was.
That's hilarious.
The second thing, can I change? Oh, no, I remember the first part. Kyler, with me and Joseph, there's anything we do, there's a degree of uncertainty. Regardless of if there's an obvious pick or not, there's just always
The wild card.
what are they gonna do? And then now that I've made the Vader pick, can I change my pick and actually pick Darth Jar Jar? Because he is the true architect.
I would make an exception if you really wanted to trade it out.
No.
Like dead ass, if you wanted to, I'd make the exception.
It's okay. You can,
Joseph would
you can
freak
do it.
the fuck out if he got to make that pick.
It's okay. You can have Darth Jar Jar.
Hey, Colton, you know what
Yeah,
Joe?
Joe.
Colton, you know what Joe reminds me of right now saying that?
What's that?
The episode of You Should Leave with the professor and the cheeseburger.
Yeah. Bro, if you haven't watched Tim Robinson's I Think You Should Leave on Netflix, it needs to be your next watch. It's incredibly easy. Every episode is 16 minutes, and they are hilarious.
I highly recommend. Big fat load of cum then.
That load of cum.
Excuse me.
Watch the show, dude. That's all I got to say.
I for some reason on TikTok I found an account that was literally just "You Should Leave," and then it's about, like, it just clips from that show, and I then watched I think I watched like half of one of the episodes because I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? And I could not tell you what it was that I watched, but it was just so outrageous.
You watched the hot
And I
dog
loved
one, didn't you? You watched
Huh?
the
It's
hot dog.
outstanding.
Did you watch the one with the hot dog?
I don't think so.
Come on, guys. Whose car is it? We promise we won't be mad.
Oh, that's what that's from?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I've
that's
also seen that one, but not as part of that that account.
You guys need to
Moving
watch
on
it.
From Tim Robinson's I Think You Should Leave, it is time for Kyler's first pick, the third overall pick in this year Star Wars
Here's
draft.
where chaos truly enters this draft.
Yeah, because now no promises.
1 and 2 were fairly locked in. 3 is where it's a toss up on what you're drafting
On
for.
all fronts here on it, I think.
It's so hard because there is 0.0 chance that either of the two people I'm trying to decide between right now make it.
Make it back to you.
There is 0. I honestly think, though, there's a chance it makes it past Joe, though. One of them. I think it's definitely... Okay, I'm just going to come out with it. I gotta go Yoda. I have to go Yoda.
No!
Yoda. I mean,
I have to. And here's...
I was praying it slipped. I was praying it slipped. I knew it wouldn't, but I was just hoping.
Dude, not to 8. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking
Yeah,
I know.
way.
I know he wouldn't. but
He's in that great the
Rebellions are
log
built
jam
on
at
hope,
3.
bro.
I just...
You only believe in the sun in the nighttime. You'll never be happy. Whatever the fuck she said.
It's just Yoda for me. Here's the thing. I honestly think the other person I was thinking about picking might slip past Joe, just because I think I know one of Joe's picks right now off the top.
Oh,
of my head.
I got to think I do too. I think
I know
Yoda.
both.
I think I know both. I actually think there are 3, and
Oh,
it's got to be 2 of the 3. 2 is
You're
the
right.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
think
leaning
we're
way
all
more-
thinking about the same 3.
Okay, Joe, you're up. Batter up, baby. Let's get it. You go get
My
it.
guaranteed pick is Palpatine, is being one of my picks for sure. Dude is Star Wars, whether you want to admit it or not, more than Luke Skywalker. Arguably, you can't really fuck with them. Sorry.
He's in all 3 trilogies. He's in all 3 trilogies. That's rare.
Dude's a
I don't-
badass, man.
Has anybody
Dude
done that?
plays 4D chess.
No,
In all fairness, now
Yoda.
Palpatine was actually not in my not on the 3 characters that I was
He
thinking.
was not in mine.
He was
either.
in mine.
Yeah, there
And
are
I
still
think-
3 characters who I thought would be 2 of Joe's, and
I think
Palpatine is
it's
not on.
it's gotta be.
All right, Joe. What's your next one?
This one may shock you.
Nope, it won't.
I gotta
Sure?
know. I gotta
Yeah.
know. Unless
Hey, Joseph, I can almost guarantee you it will not shock at least one of us.
Because
And probably it won't shock all three of us.
if you're thinking Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm not going Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Not what I was thinking.
That's who I thought you would skip over. That's why I said I think he'll slip past Joe, because I think Joe's
If
going.
you thought it was Mace Windu, I'm not actually picking Mace Windu.
I knew
Not
Joe's
that
going
either.
2 Siths.
Not
He's
on my.
gotta be. He's got to be. I'm betting the house on 2 Siths. Come on,
It's not a
baby.
Sith
No, it is not.
yet. He's a little green dude, and he's the future of the fucking Jedi, boys. It's Grogu. I'm
He
picking
was one of my
Grogu.
next two.
Okay,
Yup.
that was actually.
Yup.
Was
Sleeper
actually
pick,
a
boys.
surprise.
Grogu is a prime pick, bro. Because I knew there's no way I'm coming back to him. He's
Joe,
getting picked in between
Joe,
now
I
and
don't. Colton, I think, would have been the only one that picked him. I don't know if I would have honestly
I
thought.
was going to. Like, that was going to be one of my
Joe,
next two
you
picks.
blew me away there. I was so shocked.
I told
that-
you it might shock you. I told you it might
did
shock
shock
you.
me.
Man,
I give
all
you
three of the
props.
people that I thought Joseph would take made it past.
Who was
Joseph.
one of your
Oh,
three? Because I
here's the
think
thing, is
one of mine too.
there are 4 characters now that I thought Joe could have taken that he did not.
Okay.
I'll tell you all three since you're up next, and I don't really care if you take because at least one. I thought it was Obi-Wan was one of the 3.
Ahsoka.
Oh no, that was not one of the 3 that I thought he was going to
I
take.
got
I
it.
thought Qui-Gon was one of the 3 I thought he might take,
Dooku.
and then Dooku.
I thought Dooku.
being the highest on the list that I thought he would take.
Yeah. I thought Dooku was coming out of the bag for sure. Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't think any of those are going to go.
I mean, Colton, you have it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, you have a good. We have like 8 characters that you can still take by the time it gets to your pick.
Yeah, no, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
But Kyler, what you think?
All right. I'm going. I mean, see, here's the thing. I really want some darkness in my team. But, dude, Obi-Wan is like, that was the character I grew up, like, that was the one dude that I, like, chose. Like, that was my favorite character. Like, when I was fucking around, like, doing Star Wars stuff with my friends or playing Lego Star Wars, dude, I was Obi-Wan. That's who I wanted to be.
Kenobi.
And I can't pass him up. It's just too good. And especially, like, what I love about his character is his arc, since he's not been in the movies, has aged even better with his additions and shows within his arc in Rebels with Maul. Just that closing of it, just that, because in Clone Wars, I'm in that part of Clone Wars right now where he's just getting back. Maul just came back. That's what I just watched, and they just met up for the first time. And man, just seeing them interact, it's like, man, his arc ages so much better. He's about to get his own show. Listen, I may not win this draft by the end of this poll, but you wait.
I don't know. You're doing pretty well so far.
Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi? What the fuck do you mean you might not win?
You have the Jedi Order. But
right,
minus
all right.
1, basically. You have the Jedi Order minus 1.
You got this shit, bro. I believe in you, bro.
I don't believe in you because, as you said earlier, I see all 3 of you as obstacles to my own success.
Yeah, I'm playing the long game, Kyler. I'll cut you.
See, no, I'm excited for the end. I'm excited for the later rounds. Because,
yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to most. I'm looking forward to the. Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. So I'll go ahead and make my pick. Colton, I'm drawn from something that you said because honestly wasn't even on my radar. I completely. Yeah. Do you know who I'm gonna pick?
Ahsoka.
Yeah. You are correct.
Damn it.
All right. I mean, Ahsoka Tano, how could you not love her?
Yeah,
There's no way she's getting to
and
me.
also fits perfectly Vader and Ahsoka.
She's
Wow.
not Joe.
She's not what?
Someone's not making it back to Joe, and that person is one Leia Organa. I had to take her.
That was my sleeper that I wasn't going to say.
Yep, that was the one we were both talking about.
Yes,
time
we
earlier.
knew. We knew exactly. I think only me and you, Colton, would be the only 2 that would have thought of Leia.
They were not the sleeper that I thought you guys were talking about. I can't. Right now, I can't remember what sleeper it was that I thought you were talking about.
I've locked down Luke and Leia as of now, and I'm feeling pretty confident in that. And I've got another pick here.
Damn.
And with that...
Yeah, like first place is trash, mate. ass.
Yeah, this ended up okay. I don't know. I'm kind of torn between a few right now. Because, Maul calling to me a little bit, obviously. How could he not be at this point? Mace Windu calling my name a little bit too. I like that. I'm just going to name a bunch that I don't think will make it back to me because they're too obvious not to think of. Who I'm going to go with? Qui-Gon Jinn. I love me some Phantom Menace, and ultimately, this isn't based off like power level or anything necessarily. If you want to look at it that way, you're more than welcome to. However, for me, it's the characters I love, and coming out with Luke, Leia, and Qui-Gon Jinn out of these first few rounds, I am all in on that shit. So, Qui-Gon Jinn will be my next pick in this here draft.
Just because it hurts Joseph's team the most. No, the way we're rating these is based on like a pure fight. If all 7v7v7v7, so Joseph's Grogu pick is really going to hurt him in that
6v7 essentially.
Yeah,
you saw that Mudhorn. You saw that Mudhorn.
I mean, yeah, but
we're talking about a Jedi though.
Yeah,
we haven't seen his full potential. He's crafting a lightsaber right now with Luke.
Yeah, but we have seen everyone else's. But we have seen most of everyone else's.
All right. Man, I got a tough one. I don't know.
We're all sitting really pretty with these first few picks, though. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah. I feel really shitty about having fourth, Feel pretty shitty, I get boned again. Like every fucking draft, man. I just get fucking boned.
Hey, you just don't know when to pick the lower picks.
Yeah, you reached so hard for the. I mean, I guess you wanted Grogu, and Colton was going to take him.
It was a good pick. Mine was going to be Leia and Grogu. Like that was my next back to back.
I'm taking Grogu if I'm like.
No, I'm more. You don't know when to get the fourth pick. Like you gotta strategically get the fourth pick. Come on.
Yeah, how do you strategically pick the one that nobody picks?
You gotta be effortless in your.
You have to be force sensitive.
Yes,
you do. Miles
right.
Buttress, what is your third pick here?
I don't want to start. I don't want to start getting down into the more not reach character, the more
deeper cuts. Let's call it.
The deeper, yeah. Though I don't want to get into those yet, and I just feel like I can't let good old Samuel L. Jackson, Mace Windu. I can't let him get past me.
You got a good looking list so far, Miles. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking like as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about the graphics I'm gonna make for them. And as of right now, Vader, Ahsoka, and Mace Windu sitting on a graphic together looks pretty fucking cool for my money.
Yeah, and that's why I just don't think like I'm getting the pure the pure force from Vader, the fighting from Windu, the Ahsoka from Ahsoka.
Ahsoka from Ahsoka. Kyler, you're real fucking excited.
Yeah.
So let's get right to it. Who you taking with this pick?
Fucking Darth Maul, baby. My arc with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul, those two on the same team. Ooh, that just fucking fits like a glove.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking
Kyler,
nasty.
I'll be real honest. Part of the reason why I picked Ahsoka was because I was like, the Vader and Ahsoka combo, I can't pass that up. Yeah. And I knew I was leaving. Darth Maul was one of the ones that I gave thought to with that last pick, and I was like, you know what? I gotta have Mace Windu over Darth Maul.
If you took Darth, I was going to take Windu. I was going to take Windu if you didn't, because then I was great. I was golden. You take Windu and I get Maul, so then I have Obi and Maul. If you take Maul, I get fucking Yoda, Obi, and fucking Mace Windu, bro. Yeah. Come on. Talk to me now.
No matter what, you were sitting pretty. But Maul, ultimately a great choice there, obviously with his Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Joseph fucking hates himself.
I'm so happy right now. I came to fucking crush. I came to hurt feelings today. I hope you know. and to me, that was personal. That's how
he's crushing your spirit. Hey, Kyler, be careful not to choke on your aspirations.
Oh, I already have some next picks in mind too. Don't worry.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations, director. All right,
Joe.
Joe, what
I
you
have
thinking up
one
there?
guaranteed slotted in. It's Count Dooku. You knew it was coming.
It had to be.
Got a hard on for him, not gonna lie. In real life and in the Star Wars universe, he's a pretty cool freaking dude.
Pretty guy too.
Anyway,
Hell of a
I
guy
don't know
for
who
him.
I'm picking next. I
It
was
is-
really hoping I
what
could have
type of
gotten
football?
Maul or Mace Windu. I was really hoping I could have gotten one of them.
I'm going to be struggling here coming up. I can tell you that for sure.
Like, Grogu is the only Jedi I have. And, like, I would like another Jedi.
See, the problem is, Joe, there's a really obvious pick for you, but you will never take this
You
person.
won't take it. You won't touch it. There's a really obvious pick, but you won't touch it.
I know exactly. Yeah.
You don't think I'd take Rey?
I don't
You
think
wouldn't
so.
take Rey.
Maybe in spite now.
Joe is
No,
actually
I
going
was-
to
So your
subvert
mind
expectations.
wasn't anywhere near there, or else you would have gone Rey.
He's
No.
going to subvert expectations here. He's taken Finn.
Yeah, right. I'm
Kylo's also still on the board.
I am actually taking.
Wait.
Who?
Kylo.
Oh yeah, Kylo is still on the board.
That's who I'm taking.
Colton fucking, I hate you so fucking
I
much.
can't let your team
Collusion,
get
collusion,
Cup.
sabotage, sabotage, sabotage.
Hey,
I
Kyler,
will promise
Kyler,
you. I will
he's
promise
out
you.
here
I
to
was.
ruin people.
I will promise you. I was
I
taking.
will
That was-
control you, Daddy.
You are the moderator. You are not allowed to fucking put your hands in this goddamn draft. I call collusion.
I
Me,
was
fuck
taking.
you.
I was taking Kylo long before Colton said anything.
Bullshit! You
If I
just
was-
said you needed more Jedi.
If I'm taking anyone from the sequels at all, it's going to be Kylo. That's just who it is. My first pick from the sequels. It's going to be Kylo. He's the
I'm
best
with it.
character out of those three movies by far, and that's not even debatable in my opinion. Kylo Ren, and so you can't have Ben now. So ha ha ha.
Oh, I
I don't
knew
think
that.
I don't think Ben was really a solid pick anyways because we only really got a couple minutes of him anyway. But
You're not picking like 8-year-old Ben Skywalker and then 35-year-old dead Ben Skywalker.
nope, just the evil part of him.
Okay.
Good choices. Good
yeah.
choices.
Killed his dad.
So Kyler, what you thinking here?
I'm in a pickle here now. I'm seeing a lot of the names that I was really liking for these middle rounds that are off my list now. And I feel like the rest were a lot of deeper cuts. So I'm in a jam here
Yeah.
where there's some picks on the board are a little obvious, but I feel like I don't have prepared enough that I might miss one that is perhaps a great
Yeah,
fit for
a
someone
sleeper.
else. Because
Yeah.
now I need to
I
fucking
agree.
try to snipe your guys'
Now
shit
we need
because
to
you fucked me
to
over.
we need to be conniving and just cutthroat is the bottom line now.
Oh my god, I should have. God, I'm such an idiot. Can I?
Nope.
No, you can't.
But Kyler hasn't made his pick yet.
Kyler, make your pick.
Oh, come
You
on.
locked
Let
in
him,
your shit.
let him change it if he wants to.
No.
Nah,
No, you're
nah.
not getting Kylo.
I'm not letting you touch Kylo fucking Ren, Kyler. What's your pick?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. No. But yeah, fuck you. I want Kylo. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Hey,
but fine.
hey,
Fine. You know what?
respect.
I'll get mean. I'll
Hey,
get mean.
hey,
Fine.
game recognizes game. Respect. hey, you trying to jersey swap after this? Cause fuck Colton. Fuck Colton on God.
Bro, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. I'm
All
coming for
right.
your neck, bro.
All right. I can't let this character go. I can't. I gotta take Rey. I can't let her go. I
Yeah, you
can't
do.
let her I can't let her fall. But bar none, you know what? People can say what they want. That character hits with me. I'm much fonder of the sequel trilogies.
Rey.
I'm much fonder of the sequel trilogies than most.
Same.
Because I grew up, I don't understand how some of these, I don't understand how people who grew up like my age watching and growing up on the prequels can then shit on the sequels. We went like 10 plus years without Star Wars.
I feel like you're subtweeting here very harshly.
No. I mean, Colton's definitely looking at you, but I'm not necessarily.
Here's my thing though. Is that like, I mean, if, like Kyler was saying, like, if you were growing up like our age, you know, with the prequels, we didn't get Star Wars for like a really long time. And if you don't like the sequels, fuck your own taste.
I think it's, for me, it's more like this.
I'm just kidding. For the record, I'm just kidding. Everyone has their tastes. I like being.
Everyone has their own tastes, but they should all align exactly with my tastes because my opinion is the right opinion.
No, but
everyone
I think
else's opinion is wrong.
Simple. You can't deny Rey's story. Her strength and her character, for me, is strong, and like that character as a whole, in terms of Force sensitive, is very strong. Whether you don't like it or not, doesn't make any fucking difference. She's related to Palpatine, which people widely claim is one of the strongest Force sensitive people on the fucking planet. So you can't say she's not got it like that, because that's just
talk about why it skipped generations.
What are you talking about?
Why Rey's parents were truly nobody?
Because because it was a clone.
A Palpatine clone. He was her father was a Palpatine
yeah,
clone.
so that's the whole thing remember, clones can't use, if they don't look like decrepit monsters like Snoke, they don't get the Force. You either get the Force or
that Force degrades a clone.
Yeah, or you look like a normal human. You get to pick.
So then a clone that could not be Force sensitive created a Force sensitive being.
Don't read too much into it.
Yeah, don't think about it too hard. Kyler, now that you've made that pick, you did say while you were defending it, you said, you can't go against it. Don't. What?
What? I never even thought of it. Like, is that just like
okay?
Is that just like a legitimate plot hole? Like,
probably. Just don't think about it too hard.
Well, I mean, they never planned for it. Of course, it was a legitimate plot hole. Like, the thing is that, like, at this point, I'm like, poke all the holes you want in the sequels. They're fun as fuck to watch.
Yeah, they're entertaining to watch. You're not watching the sequel. Like, the sequels aren't a foolproof story, but they're entertaining.
I never said anything other like against that. They're entertaining movies.
I will tell you one thing. Your plan was to come in here to win and to ruin other people's drafts. Twitter voting, picking sequel stuff is not going to help you out.
Yeah, I know. That's what I got. Honest to God, I know that.
Okay. I just want to be sure because I
know how
Rise
Twitter.
of Skywalker.
I know what Twitter says. I know what Twitter has to say about the sequels. Okay. I know. So I got
Rise of Skywalker with my 6th pick in the movie draft, and that ruined me because there were multiple people that were like, would have voted 3. Had too many sequel things. I was like, I had 1 movie. What are you talking about? I forgot I did have 2. You're right. All right, so on to my pick. Just to ruin Joseph's draft a little bit in case he was thinking about taking this character, I'm going with Darth Plagueis.
Awesome.
I'm
gonna start getting into deep cut characters.
I almost took him, but I was like, we haven't seen him. I feel like I can't leave Rey on the board.
I'm gonna not a ton to talk about with Darth Plagueis. Awesome Legends character. Have any of you ever read the novel?
Never fully read it. I've listened to chunks of it.
I've actually heard the tragedy.
Stop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ironic, isn't it? But you know what? Plagueis. That's a good pick here. And with Vader, Ahsoka, Mace Windu, and Darth Plagueis, that's a dope ass team. I'm gonna keep going with his light side shit. Not touching the dark side. I'm gonna take Kanan Jarrus. And I'm gonna take Cal Kestis. Yeah. I feel pretty good about those back to back here with my 4th and 5th pick. Because Kanan Jarrus, on rewatch of Rebels more so than my first watch, you will appreciate Kanan Jarrus as the Jedi he becomes to be on a whole other level. Like, knowing where his arc is going and how it is to be fulfilled and everything that goes into that. It's incredibly moving.
One of the only Jedis that openly like admits to failure. Like he
it's like him, Yoda, and Obi-Wan.
He's doesn't have the ego of a Jedi. You know, that usually comes along with the job or the title, which is it's really I don't know, I think it taught, you know, Ezra so much more. You know,
this is something that's instilled in the survivors of Order 66. Because I'd argue Cal Kestis has the same trait, and so does Ahsoka. Like,
that's what I was going to say. Is I think a lot of that
from the failings of the Jedi before them, and knew therefore where they were supposed to go.
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes from not having fully grown, gone from the Padawan stage to like adulthood in the Jedi Order. They missed those years where, like, as a young kid, you're not going to be a cocky asshole and think you're invincible. It's really once you get about 18, whenever you're like, fuck that, I'm invincible, I can do anything. And I feel like that's where probably a lot of the Jedi, they hit that point and never learned any humility, and so just assumed I can do no wrong. Whereas Cal and Kanan and Ahsoka saw very clearly, no, they can do a ton of wrong.
Absolutely. The
picks. Right back to back, I love it.
I didn't even think about that connection of all the survivors of Order 66 until we were talking about it like this. Like, they all have a much different, more reformed, and, simpler view of the Force, I'd argue. Like, it's not so limiting. Like, it's like, we're Jedi, but we don't have to be what the Jedi Order made it. Like, it's its own thing. But yeah, so I'm very comfortable with Kanan Jarrus and Cal Kestis being my picks here back to back. Now I really don't know what I'm going to go with for 6 and 7. So I'm very excited to see where this goes.
Oh man, we're on our last picks.
No, we're not.
Last 2 picks.
Last 2 picks, yeah. Well, you guys have 3 left.
Colton still has 2 left. We still have 3 left.
Okay.
That's why I was like, did I just like do the math wrong? Am I missing a pick?
No. That's my bad.
Oh man.
Come on.
I got a lot of different paths I could go.
Mm-hmm.
With 3 picks left, and I don't know what path I want to go down.
I did throw out Kanan Jarrus, and
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm not picking him.
Hard.
Fuck him.
Really? Interesting.
Who'd you just say?
Interesting. No, you won't take him. It's a Rebels character.
Yeah, he's talking about Ezra. I would. I just feel like my issue with taking Ezra is like the same, not. It's just I feel like there are so many just like great, like fully fleshed out like Legends characters that I don't want to replace like a great Legends character with Ezra Bridger. Like where he stands right now, great character, but we're missing.
There's some other great characters.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of Ezra's story.
No, I get you. I'm with you. Go on then.
I feel like I'll go with the one that we hear most about in canon, like the legend character that we hear most about in canon, the Sith. Joseph, just because you're shaking your head, I want to know who you think I'm going to pick.
Oh, come on. It's who we all want Keanu Reeves to play.
Darth Revan.
Yes. That is who I, in fact, was going to pick, Darth Revan.
Boy got the purple, the red. He bro. He just looks so cold, man.
Do you want, more specifically, do you want Darth Revan or do you want Jedi Knight Revan?
Oh.
Okay, see.
Okay, the answer is obvious.
I thought the whole key with Revan was that he's like like both.
Well,
he was both in the same way that Anakin was both.
Yeah.
Okay, so started one thing and then was like
started one
shit.
thing, became a Darth, then went back. Only the difference, he didn't die immediately whenever he went back. He actually lived a little bit more as Jedi Knight Revan. I'm going with Darth Revan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's
I'm with it.
and then
He's
I'm
one of the
confident
best
with where I'm
Legends
at.
characters there is. You should be. You certainly should be.
And I know there's at least a couple more sleeper picks that I don't think are going to be taken that I am looking forward to.
Get? All right. We'll see. But Kyler, where are you at? What's your next one?
All right. I may be reaching here. I'm not 100% sure, but just due to recency and just you guys know how much I've spoken about this character before. I'm gonna go with Asajj Ventress here. I love her character. I love just her fights. I've spoken about this a million times, I feel like, with you guys already. Just maybe not even on the pod because I just kind of talk to you guys about Clone Wars as I watch it. But God, I just love the way she fights. I love her arc right now as it's kind of like I just watched her kind of like fall into nothing. Like Savage is gone. She's gone from the Sith. She's on the hunt, like hideout from Dooku essentially. All of her sisters are dead. I mean, just like she's in a great, just like I said, I've just been watching her so much. And as soon as I saw her, she just clicked with me. I loved her character. I love the way she fights with Obi-Wan. I just watched her fight like actually side by side with Obi-Wan against Maul and Savage Opress, and that was awesome. So I love her. I love her character. I love the way she fights. I just think her banter is another thing that goes really underrated. She just has a really good quippiness about her. Almost like Spider-Man-esque in a sense. Just she always seems to have something ready to spit at you.
I get you. No, I
love that. And I just think she's generally just a badass. Like I just think
if you didn't pick her, I
would
have definitely
good. I couldn't tell if I was being clouded by just like how much I like her character or if she's really like that. But she's really like that. Okay, so
yeah, I would have definitely picked her, but I am definitely glad that I'm getting Ezra. Because going down this far, I think Ezra's a very valued pick here. Even though we don't have a lot of his story, the story we already have is really good, and it's set up for greatness, whatever they have, that they are bringing him in for. It's going to be great. You already know.
Joseph's drafting on potential. With Grogu and Ezra, he's drafting on potential.
You cannot knock the picks. Those are good characters. Who's your next one?
My next one is a fundamental. This one's not off potential. This one's very, very source material, you could say. I'm going with the priestesses, if I may.
Priestesses, which?
Because they are basically one entity.
The Yoda priestess thingies?
Yes. Qui-Gon talked to them first.
Yeah.
Then Yoda learned how to become a Force Ghost from them. I'm going with them.
That's a good pick. It's a really, really cool little arc and a weird.
Let me tell you, the best episode of Clone Wars to watch while intoxicated.
That's exactly where I thought
that episode is insane.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, whenever you picked that, I wasn't sure if that was because I wasn't sure how we were gonna handle those characters because that's
why I said if I may.
A bunch of them.
I'm cool with them being one.
I believe they are one entity. I believe like the father, son, and daughter are separate.
Yeah,
just because we see them more, and we see them as a separate entity more.
Yeah, no, I would agree, and that's it. Very, very, good pick. That is a very weird series of arc of him going to that.
We are picking Force users, and if we are talking about Force users, they deserve to be in the talking.
Certainly.
I mean, they've.
I've got one that I think also deserves to be there that I'm going to use one of my last two picks on. Because you did that, I'm going to go ahead and reach into my bag for mine now, too. But I've got a couple left, too.
I think I might know who it is. Yeah. Is it Rebels?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Colton, I know exactly who you're talking about.
I was about to pick him.
I was also thinking about it, but I'll let it slide because I have a couple other ones that that I will pick
Well,
instead.
yeah, and here's the thing too, is that I've got a couple I do really want to take, and we've only got 2 picks left now. And what's funny is that now that we're doing it, I think I could go another few rounds, but I won't.
Yeah.
So we'll cut it off at 7.
Dude, we could go to 10.
We won't, but
No.
we could.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, Kyler.
This is my. I have 2 more, right?
2 more left.
Okay, we have 2 more.
This is the penultimate pick.
Oh man.
I only have one more.
Oh, I have 3 in my head right now. I'm gonna take a chance on one of them falling. Scary.
You got this.
Fuck you, Kyler.
I'm scared. All right, I'm gonna take the son.
Good choice.
I couldn't decide if I should take the father, but the son got so much more.
hilarious.
The son got so much more screen time and got to display so much more. It
Yeah,
seemed
the
like
son was-
I felt like if I was gonna take one of those 3, that had to be the one because he
The
just
son
had
was
them-
much more instrumental in that.
In that arc.
Yeah.
What's funny though is just that like I would have taken the daughter. That character and the design and the way it plays into Ahsoka's arc, I love it. I really, really love it. And here's the thing, I don't think I'll take her necessarily. But if I was gonna take of the father, son, and daughter, I think I would have gone daughter. So it is interesting to hear that it was between the father and son for you, which is makes a lot of sense. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I only have. I guess now it's 3 and 3. So now I've got 3 Siths, 3 Jedi.
Gotcha.
Or well, I guess
You only have
not
one
necessarily. Yeah. So now I gotta have a decider. This is Game 7 coming up. Next pick.
Yeah,
Which way am I gonna
fuck
tilt?
that balance.
So far, I'm 5-0. In the
I noticed that. I did notice that.
I'm pretty
So
dark.
far, I'm pretty dark, and it's only gonna get darker with my next 2 picks.
Oh boy.
Bane?
Bane, and then I
Good
got a sleeper pick because I didn't think Bane was gonna make it past you, Colton. I couldn't tell.
Hey, how pissed? Hey, do you know that was my other that I was tossing and turning between?
Hey,
No, I did not.
Kyler, that was I was happy that where we were at with Joseph's pick because I wanted either Bane or the Son at that pick.
But I'm telling you that how surprised would you have been if I took Bane? Because you probably never would have saw that coming.
Yeah, probably not. I wouldn't have.
Also,
I'm reading.
I did
was
a
at a toss
ton
up.
of research today, just so you guys know.
I was at a
Oh,
toss
yeah.
up between Bane and Revan with my last pick because of the fact that they're both very instrumental to the like even without Legends.
I mean, Bane created the rule of 2, and
That's
What I was gonna say.
that's what I was
that
thinking.
To me is like, god damn, dude, that is
Yeah.
so hard
like,
to fuck
Yoda
with.
mentions that in
It's
the
pretty
arc that
badass.
Joe was talking
Well,
about.
think about his
In the arc
connections
that
to the
Joe was
Jedi
talking
Order,
about.
though, too. Like, he's got connections to Kayad Mundi and... Right? Or no, maybe I'm thinking of...
Bane does?
No, sorry. I'm thinking of a different... I've just probably revealed my pick if you guys know anything about stuff. Ignore that.
No.
Carry
Don't
on.
worry,
Am
I'm
I
picking
up?
last anyways.
Kyler, I don't know who you're. I without thinking about it all, I don't know who you're gonna pick. I can guarantee you, I'm not gonna pick that person.
I think I know who you're gonna pick, but it doesn't matter because I'm picking fucking last. So
Here's my pick. Here's my next 2 picks. My last 2 picks. I'm going Plo Koon.
damn it.
I'm
Fuck.
feeling good about Plo Koon here. And now I'm tossing up between a few other Clone War era Jedis.
I know who one of them is.
Kit Fisto, big
Okay.
one. Master Luminara, love Luminara. Barriss Offee,
Fucking bitch.
Isla Secura, like
Yeah,
these
that's what
are
I thought.
You're missing out
no.
on another big one.
Doc T.
Yeah,
There, that's the one that I was thinking about.
Yeah, like there's a lot of good material here. However, I'm not going to go with any of them, and I'm going to go Rebels with it and select Bendu.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah. We already
yeah.
talked about the fact that you were.
I
taking
am the
Bendu.
middle.
I don't know why I was so concerned.
I have been to.
No, yeah.
Yeah, we know.
I love me some Bendu. I'm not even gonna cap. Bendu's kind of dope.
Bendu got involved.
So Bendu got involved.
Yeah.
He was the middle, but then he wasn't.
Well, kind of stayed in the middle.
Well,
not mostly.
He kind of didn't care. He just kind of did.
He just did. And you know what? The character design, epic. I love the Bendu, and I love and now that I've got a couple good combos here in mine. I've got Luke and Leia. I've got Kanan and Bendu.
Damn.
I'm feeling good about it. Qui-Gon and Plo Koon. It's coming together. I'm cool with my 7 here.
My list sucks.
Joseph, I feel like every single draft we've had, you've hated your draft,
and you don't even do bad in the fucking polls.
All right,
Never.
I'm gonna go on a real deep. There was one person who I thought even may have picked this character, and it was Colton. I'm going with Pure Power, arguably one of the most powerful characters in the Star Wars universe. Who do you think I'm going with, Colton?
Star Killer.
No, he was on my list though. No, I'm not. I'm going with a Legends character, like a post original trilogy Legends character. I'm going with Abeloth.
He was on my list.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who that is?
No, I need to be filled in.
Okay.
I researched him, and it's
Kyler's
crazy.
well, one, it's not a him, Kyler.
Okay,
It's a
sorry.
her. God. Abeloth is like pretty much it's a character that was with she's the mother from like the son from the father, son, daughter. She's the mother character, but she wasn't like the same race as them. She just like somehow got to their planet, and there's like, you know how there's like the well of power or whatever on that planet.
Yeah.
She like Eved it and was like, get some of that fucking power.
So Mortis just
The power
exists
of
outside
Fount. The
him.
power of Fount.
Yeah.
Or, or Fount of Power. I don't know.
Turns into, in essence,
Miles,
a black hole. And just like, and is a fucking nuisance, in Legends, in that like, she's, whenever, like I've watched a bunch of stuff about her a long time ago. Whenever they're like, after like Luke rebuilds the Jedi Order and there's, you know, more like Jedi Sith stuff going on, they send a bunch of the Jedi younglings out to some like star base, way out near, you know, this unexplored part of space that she's just chilling in as like some, you know, like force entity that just lives in space. And slowly turned all of these people, like all of the Jedi younglings on this like star base, insane. And Luke at like maximum.
Abeloth's a pretty good last pick.
Yeah, Luke at like maximum power comes in and tries to take her out, and he struggles with it. And like it takes multiple of like the strongest characters in the like Legends universe to take her down.
I love that Miles took 3 like hardcore fledged out canon characters and then was like, fuck the rest of this. I'm gonna get the Legends vote.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh
for sure.
yeah. No, that's I fully intended on doing that. I got the 3, you know, canon characters that I love, and then from there on out, I was like, you know what? There's a decent list of canon.
And here's the thing:
canon
after
characters.
Last week, I know you're winning the Twitter poll. There's way too many loud Legends fans online.
Listen,
they'll come out and grow for you here, buddy.
That's what I'm hoping for, because I like Legends is so fucking deep and so fucking good.
I'll hear that out when you read it. Kyler, I want to hear your last pick here.
All right, well, now you just made me feel like shit because I haven't read it either. I just like researched and read up on. I looked up.
No, don't get me wrong.
No, and okay, Miles, the reason I
don't know
said him, so
I'm not going to claim to love it.
No, I've not like directly
I just want to
read a lot of it, but
I just want to
like listened to people reading reading parts of it. Yeah. Just because I'm not going to sit down and read some of it.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to gatekeep.
No, gatekeep.
That
you
was
deserve
so rude
it.
of me. That was so rude of me.
Okay.
Everyone should love what they love.
So when I said him, when I was talking about Abeloth, I read all of these things back to back to back about all these different Legends characters, and I was thinking of Darth Nihilus, who is the name right above I have Abeloth.
Also, excellent
So-
character that I thought about.
Okay.
Another
Well,
great
okay, so
Legends one.
Colton, you said that the Legends fans are going to come out in droves for Miles. So me taking the pick that the other character I have picked out here really probably isn't going to sway those Legends votes anyway. So I might as well lean in and try to get another demographic of the vote. So I'm going to go for the Clone War vote. I'm going to take Savage Opress.
Ooh, good choice.
But here's what I will say. Darth Krayt is probably the one character in Legends that I read about today that I was like, I really want to know more, because his backstory and like where he takes place in the timeline, and the fact that he's a fucking Tusken Raider, that's fucking crazy
Tough.
as shit.
I'm
Oh.
okay with my last pick, actually. I didn't think Starkiller would make it all the way to the end. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with Starkiller. That dude is OP as fuck. If we're talking Force users, that dude knows how to use the Force pretty well.
That's facts.
He does things that is very rarely seen across the galaxy. And it evens out. Well, he's not I'll count him as a good guy. As my dark light balance meter, I think I'm pretty even-ish. Maybe I lean a little dark because we don't know where Grogu's going. He definitely could be a Sith Lord one day, whether you want to.
Sure.
But I'm okay with those 7.
That
even
sounded
though I'm
so
not.
subdued. Like, I'm okay.
I'm okay. Yeah, I mean, it happened.
What a group of my people don't.
Infested.
My people just don't relate. You guys
That's
have
what I
like
was gonna
groups.
say.
You guys have
I
like
was gonna say Joe has like a hot, but hey, that could be good, because here's the thing: you don't dip too much in either like any direction, so like you can't piss anyone off, and that could be your best asset.
Very good point.
yeah,
Like,
Twitter voters.
I have
Maybe-
Rey, which
maybe-
I know is gonna be unpopular. Like what Miles said about how having Force Awakens, and what you had the
I had the Rise of Skywalker and the Force Awakens, and there
How
were
many
multiple
people do
comments
you
that were
think?
like, could have done without those two, and I'm like, it's 2 movies, guys. What did you want me to pick? Fucking obscure, like a commercial or some shit.
How many people do you think I'll get just because I have Grogu?
Oh, that having Palpatine and Grogu, like we
Yeah.
should not underestimate the effect of this.
Grogu.
And then on top of it, Count Dooku and Kylo Ren, you're gonna capture some eyes with that, and then on top of it, the Rebels vote might be strong with Ezra Bridger. I know I got Kanan and Bendu.
Joseph.
But hey, if people who like Rebels often like the sequel trilogy, so they'll like that you had Kylo Ren.
Another
And
thing
Count
is,
Dooku is undeniably cool.
you have some of the coolest lightsabers out of some of these.
Yeah, I
movies.
do.
So that's pretty sick for you too.
I got a dude
That's
who
for
can.
sure. You have like the most unique lightsabers in all of canon with Ezra's, Dooku's, and Kylo's.
And definitely Grogu's is going to be unique, whatever it is.
How about that poster of Luke and Grogu?
It's canon. Accept it. His lightsaber's yellow. Get used to it, okay?
I mean, I don't have beef with that.
His
I don't have beef
lightsaber's
with
yellow. And that's
that. I
pretty
will
dope.
say I'm okay with that. However, I don't put it past Favreau and Filoni to not be restricted to the Comic-Con poster that was revealed. You
Yeah,
know, like
no.
they'll do whatever they want.
No,
Yeah.
they asked them. They asked. Or they told. Or they were told. Yellow. They were told. This is what it looks like. You don't think they've designed Grogu's lightsaber yet?
Oh, I'm sure they have.
I'm sure they have, but I also feel like that for this marketing thing, they
They
didn't
would
go in.
reveal it on a Comic-Con
Joseph.
poster.
Yeah,
Joseph.
they're not going to reveal it there. And 2, I feel like if they asked them, they would just be like, make it whatever fucking color you want.
Joseph, the other thing you're failing to think about is, what did you just talk about one of your favorite parts of trailers is the misdirection. I would argue that a poster put up at Comic-Con could just as very likely be.
No,
just,
it's canon.
Nah, fuck it.
This ain't Marvel. This ain't
Hey.
Kevin.
Hey, do you see? Is
The
it-
lightsaber in that poster is actually Ultron. But we won't talk about that here.
I love this running joke that we have.
I should have never given you guys that knowledge. I knew it was too out there.
Me, Daddy.
Yo, Joe, are you drinking pineapple juice?
Yeah.
Joe's got a. Oh, okay, Joe. Oh. Hey, congrats, bro. Big day tomorrow.
Wow.
Man, Joe's going through it right now.
Guys, we just completed the draft, did we not?
I'm gonna fucking win. I'm gonna fucking win.
All right, so let's all go over our teams one last time in order of the draft picks. So I'll go first. Team Colton ended up with Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa, Qui-Gon Jinn, Kanan Jarrus, Cal Kestis, Plo Koon, and Bendu. Mm. I'm pretty happy with this. I feel very good about the lightness of mine. I was anticipating maybe I'd throw in a Sith or two, but as I got going, I was like,
that just worries me, Colton. I just don't know. I feel like people gravitate, like a lot of people like Sith, at least some.
The popular vote is Sith, and I get that. Like I feel like mine's relatively boring, but I meant
no insult. I meant no insult.
No, fuck this. We're all enemies. Full insult. Fuck you.
Actually, I did. No, I'm coming for throats. Fuck.
You're right. We are enemies until the record button has stopped.
But I'm feeling
no.
I feel like I'll do a T vote with Luke and Leia. Almost certainly, I'm pretty confident in that. And then the Rebels vote with Kanan and Bendu. Mm. And you know who doesn't love Cal Kestis and Plo Koon?
Mm-hmm. Joseph,
I feel like I couldn't go wrong anywhere.
Joseph, you're wrong. We're enemies until the Twitter poll ends.
Then
we can be friends again.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
I'm creating 100 bots just to vote, and I'm not even gonna have them vote for me. I'm just gonna have them down vote.
Down vote. But Miles, what was run down your whole thing?
So Team Miles. Also, I'm gonna create a nickname for mine. Team Legends.
That's fair.
Is starting off strong with Vader. Then I have Ahsoka, Mace Windu. Then I have the trio of Darths being Plagueis, Revan, and Bane. And then the closing pick being Abeloth.
Jesus Christ.
That's scary.
Okay, let's just frame this like Joe.
Mace and Ahsoka is enough.
Let's frame this.
He's like, not legend.
Let's frame this like Joe. Let's frame this like Joe. With the Grogu comment, if they were in a room, or I guess Miles made this comment.
Yeah, it was my comment.
Let's just imagine Darth Revan, Darth Sidious, or Darth Plagueis, and fucking Abeloth,
and Vader.
Oh no, Bane. I'm sorry, you didn't pick. I said one that you didn't pick, but yeah.
No, you said all of them that I picked. It's Plagueis, Revan, Bane, Abeloth, and Vader.
Damn, you took that many Darth fuckers?
Yeah.
Jesus, dude. Your team, dude. Yeah, if we enter if our teams go into a fucking Coliseum, Miles has like two just fucking gargantuan fucking terrors of universe collateral, like just fucking universal fucking cosmic.
I do have the priestesses that could probably just murk all of them. Instantly.
You don't know the full extent of the priestess.
Exactly. So, if we're talking about going into Coliseum, we're going to need a pretty big Coliseum.
Abeloth is like a black hole.
Fuck with me.
What's funny, though, is that, like, if we're talking about, like, just a pure Sith Lord battle, imagine Vader, Plagueis, Revan, Bane, and Abeloth versus Palpatine, Dooku, Kylo, and Starkiller Darkseid.
Damn.
I think it could be interesting. I think the Legends probably wipe the floor with Kylo Ren, but
well,
it's just my
Palpatine
prediction.
could just kind of zip Vader dead. Pretty easy there. Pretty easy kill. Maybe just do that to all four of them. Actually, Palpatine just wipes the floor pretty easily. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, I wasn't gonna. Yeah. No,
Miles, your team swipe. I get fucking obliterated.
I have two non-Darkseid users, and it's Ahsoka and Mace, and everyone else.
Two of the darkest of the light side users, arguably.
Also, yeah.
Not dark, but the darkest.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I've got some Jedi-ass Jedi.
You do
That's
have
what I'll say.
some
And I
Jedi-ass
have
Jedi.
some. Colton, ours are kind of like the complete opposites because you have some Jedi-ass Jedi, and I
You
have
have
some
the
Sith-ass Sith.
Sithiest Sith. You have the Sithiest
The
Sith,
Sith,
actually.
the Sith, and the Jedi-ass Jedi.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kyler's got Obi-Wan, Yoda, Rey.
Obi-Wan is pretty Jedi.
All right.
Yoda is
The
thing is that I went so ceaselessly at the Jedi. He also got Savage Opress, the son, Asajj Ventress.
Yeah, you're a traitor to the cause. You picked up some dark side users.
So
Colton
like you just heard,
so
Jedis. Colton, I don't know if those were in order or not, but I took Yoda, Obi-Wan, Maul, Rey, Ventress, the son from the Clone Wars, and Savage Opress. So I feel like just Yoda we're talking about a character that encompassed like super hardcore 2 trilogies, the first 2. I mean, I guess not super hardcore in the original, but I mean, his presence is very important. And
100%.
Obviously in the prequel trilogy, Yoda is that dude and fucking basically skull fucked a stormtrooper. So, or a clone, I'm sorry.
It's true. Him and Obi-Wan had no remorse towards killing the clones.
Yeah, and then Obi-Wan.
it's actually canon.
I mean, you're talking about
Yoda skull fucks a clone.
I just love that you can kind of like pinpoint. You can kind of draw lines to anyone on my team and connect them pretty much for the most part to at least one other person, like in some way, like they were a part of it. Like, even Obi-Wan and the son, like Obi-Wan was a big, like he saw that, like he was there. Like that, there's like Ventress and Obi-Wan, those interactions are amazing. Maul and Obi-Wan, an incredible arc. Rey is a little bit, on our own, but that's just a good pick.
I'd give you a loose Obi-Wan connection just with the, you have taken your first steps. That whole thing. Like, you got a loose connection with Rey there, but nonetheless, if there's a sequel trilogy character to have, many would argue Rey is the one to have. I mean, obviously, a lot of people would also argue.
It's Kylo.
But I just think Obi and Maul, and then Maul and Ventress, Maul and Savage, Ventress and Savage, Obi-Wan, and all of those characters. That Clone Wars arc is so solid, and those connections are.
It's great.
Those are picks that are separated, are good but not great. But on my team, putting them together is magnificent.
It is pretty interesting that you picked 4 characters that are appearing in the arc of Clone Wars you are currently watching out of your 7.
Are you calling me out for that? Is this?
No, that's pretty impeccable.
Got some recency bias on that team.
And
highly
it's
possible.
Not serving you wrong though. These are great characters.
Like I said, every time I picked, I didn't feel like you guys reacted like it was a hell of a reach. I mean, I feel confident. You know what? Fuck all you guys.
Kyler, I tried to hide it. I thought every single one of your picks was a reach. It was terrible picks.
Facts. Yoda at 3 can't have that.
Yoda at 3, terrible.
You bombed. Joseph, what about you? What are your picks?
My picks were as follows. Started with Daddy Palpatine, the strongest guy in the entire freaking universe. Without him, you don't have the universe. Arguably the most important being in the universe. Then I picked Grogu. Grogu as my second pick. And Grogu, I mean, what not can you? Come on, man. He's just a little green guy. Come on, man. You just gotta love the little bowl of soup. You just look at him. Then my next.
You went back into that so serious, so seamless.
My next pick was Count Dooku. That was a pretty obvious pick coming from me. Love the guy. Love his fighting style. Great ass dude in real life. Rest in peace. And along with Dooku, I picked Kylo Ren. The character to pick from the sequels, actually. Undebatable. Completely undebatable fact, actually.
Joe was just trying to trash my sequel pick. Simple.
Maybe.
Fair.
No,
Fair
not at all. I love Rey.
No.
Her character was great.
Joseph,
but if
we are enemies right now. Fuck your picks, Kyler.
I just can't be mean. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
No, we do it.
We
fuck yourself, Joe.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we do it because we're letting our true feelings out. That's how me and Colton do it. So
Ouch! I'll just continue my list on here.
No, Joe, in all reality, I love you, but Miles, go fuck yourself. Go ahead.
Colton, fuck you.
Hey,
Hey,
fuck you too.
hey, fuck you, guy.
Hey, guy, fuck you. Hey, Joseph, what's your
Continuing
next
on
one?
my list here, guys. I picked Ezra Bridger and the Priestesses for my next group of 2. Ezra, really great character in Rebels.
Why does he sound so like regretful? Like this is filled with such despair.
Well, he's crying.
Daddy and Daddy are fighting.
The Priestesses, arguably some of the strongest beings we've ever seen in the Star Wars universe, actually. So that's pretty cool. They taught some pretty important lessons to some pretty important Jedi, allowing them to come back into the real world and influence, which was pretty cool.
That is pretty
And
cool.
my last pick was Starkiller, just because he's bad. He's basically Vader as a human, just without the costume. Dude's basically Vader.
What Anakin could have been.
Yeah. So
I was real confused. I was like, is Vader not human? What?
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying now.
Not cyborg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More man than machine.
Yeah. And dude has some pretty cool abilities. We've all seen, getting surrounded by, troopers, and then Darth Vader's walking up and he just goes up in the air and just charges up and literally disintegrates everyone in like a, I don't know, 20-yard radius of him. 100-yard, I don't know. Kind of.
It was pretty impressive. Pretty strong.
And Vader was just like, little wind, little tickle, like that, pretty badass, like, oh man, I don't know. Starkiller, like, if you're a Star Wars fan and you haven't like played those games, or like you haven't just seen any clips of it, like just go watch them on YouTube. Like they just make you feel so like badass watching Starkiller do some cool shit. But
I'm with you. Starkiller's pretty epic, and I gotta say, I'm proud of where all of us ended up here.
I deserve all the pity votes. I only try to be nice, and I got last again. I get boned on every draft. If you have to give a pity vote and you don't know who to vote for, please just vote for Team Joe.
I got last again. Just this is the first draft you picked last in.
Okay. No. This is I picked second, and arguably picking second in a 3-person draft is the worst position.
Oh, listen, you're not wrong. That one you did get boned on. Where'd you pick in the Forgotten draft? The lost one.
Hopefully this one doesn't get lost. We've been recording.
I'm not gonna lie, if it gets lost, I'm killing myself.
Oh God.
You guys just don't drink pineapple juice? Ever?
Not unless I want.
Just came back to that.
Not unless Joe wants his yogurt to taste good.
Wow, Joseph, you picked second in both of the previous drafts that we've done.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, these last 2 drafts have not been pleasant for me.
Joe is having like a Michael Scott type bad day right now. That's the vibe Joe is giving me. Like think gum in his hair day / when he doesn't want to work and he's like has an illness but he doesn't know what it is. Like that's the kind of day Joe's having. That's the vibe he's giving right now.
The day that he fell in love with the model of a chair.
That is the vibe Joe is giving right now. Absolutely. That is the perfect way to describe it.
I cannot.
Yeah, Joe, how you feeling, man?
Just cannot believe that conversation of me and pineapple juice is on the internet forever. Which is good. Love the fact that I blocked my parents on every form of social media from ever finding it. That's what I'll say.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing, too. I do be drinking pineapple juice.
Nah, Colton, shut the fuck up.
It's
Come on.
This was the Penny Bloom podcast. I was Colton Robertson. This was the Bad Batch Bitches with a Star Wars draft. Yeah, fuck yeah, baby. I was joined by some bad bitches. Joseph George, thank you very much for coming out, buddy, and thank you for drafting your ass off.
Also,
Wow.
thank you for drinking pineapple juice.
Yep. You know,
Joe, I meant no like hate by it. I just was
Oh, no,
making
I-
a funny joke. I thought I apologize.
I understand.
Nah,
I understand. Wow. Thank you for having me, man. I love doing this. Have I ever said how much I love doing this? I do.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm so sorry, Joe. I love you, dog. I'm sorry for the front we've been putting on.
Oh my
Bro, I
goodness.
love you, dog.
Oh goodness, Joe.
I couldn't keep it together. It felt
Oh
like
man. I don't know why I just kept going, man. I just kept going.
No, fuck you, Joe.
It. Sometimes you got to. Maybe some deep-seated things going on. Miles Buttress. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man. I'm happy to be back. Anytime.
Would you be down to be back next week even?
No.
What the fuck? Fuck you. Kyler Barnett, thank you for being here, buddy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Again, this was the Bad Batch Bitches number 13. Infested. We also had Star Wars Draft number 2. It was a good one. Go to patreon.com/CoroBloom, where you'll find a intro on the front of this episode, and then head to Twitter, follow at PennyBloomPod, at Instagram.
Vote on that poll.
Vote on that fucking poll. Vote on that fucking poll. It'll be my pin tweet.
Dance on that thing if you down.
Dance, yeah. I mean, dance on it. Retweet it. Send it to your friends. Do whatever you'd like. What are y'all fucking laughing at, bro?
I don't know what they're laughing at. I'm just.
Hey, just don't question it.
Just when I think we have this episode wrapped. I honestly think I think I was to blame for that, though. In all honesty.
Nope.
Oh.
Was it me?
Nope.
So,
I figured out Joseph's been taking his picks down on the Star Wars fight draft Google Doc that we have from the first draft. And so I started typing out a message, and he started typing out Waluigi and misspelled it.
He said, "Hey."
Y'all were having
He
a real
said-
private thing. I didn't even.
He said, "Hey, fuck you, guy," and I wanted to say, I wanted.
Y'all made me so nervous.
I wanted-
was like, how many times have I misspoke?
I wanted to
No, it
respond.
was not. I realized he was seeing it because I highlighted I selected all of his picks and like highlighted them, and I see him look over and go, and then like, go back into doing it. I was like, all right, perfect. He sees the screen.
I wanted.
Yeah.